seminars go by in a hurry. What I've done, I've divided today's presentation into 3 parts. And after the 3 parts, I wanted to open things up to questions, because I'm sure you're going to have some. The first part of the talk is kind of an overview. I wanted to talk about the fact that there's been, for the last 10 or 12 years, there's been what I call a quiet revolution in the delivery of American medicine. Hospitals and HMOs at a national level are responding to what we call complementary alternative medicine, or CAM. 1/3 of every medical dollar in America now goes to alternative healing. And that statistic was 5 years old. Well, 5 years ago, it was $38 billion a year. So I'm sure now that it's probably way up into the probably $40+ billion a year. That's an interesting statistic. It's not a trend that we're dealing with. It's a demand from people. Among other things, hospitals are businesses, and hospitals are responding to the demands and needs of the users, of the patients of hospitals. People are searching for more less invasive types of therapy. They're searching for therapy that's more rapid. The time is excellent for hypnosis, for hypnotherapists, to be in hospitals. I'm in the greater Boston area. I'm the staff hypnotherapist at Winchester Hospital in Winchester, Massachusetts. And Winchester is about, at most, 45 minutes from here. In the Boston area, the hospitals and HMOs are opening their door to alternative health, including hypnosis. I belong to Harvard Health in Medford, Mass., and they have a full-time hypnotherapist on their staff. Children's Hospital in Boston, which is probably the best children's hospital in the world. Kids from all over the world go to Children's for help. They have a whole alternative health department for children. I just found that out last year. So it's not a trend that we're talking about. The public is looking for healing modalities that are rapid and not terribly expensive. I think people I know as an HMO member, my doctor doesn't know who I am. I have an annual physical every year, and I show up, and it was interesting this year, I saw my doctor in the hall, and he walked right by me. And I know he doesn't know who I am. And when he comes in, you know, he has a printout and he has my name. And he pretty much treats me like he doesn't know who I am. And I think that's true. All the people that are going to HMOs and the hospitals, you know, you get 10, 12 minutes a year with your physician. I have a very good friend who's a psychiatrist who's married to a physician who stopped working at an HMO because every morning she'd go to work, if she had to see 4 people an hour, there'd be a list on her desk. And, you know, you got 15 minutes. So if somebody has a problem, well, you know, too bad. And I think that HMOs are in big trouble. People are tired of that type of treatment. As a hypnotherapist, I give at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to all of my patients in the hospital. If it runs over, well, it runs over. You know, that's the way it is. And sometimes it may only be 40 or 45 minutes, and I think that's probably true of you. I'm going to talk about working in the hospital and how I got in the hospital. But one of my concerns when I was hired by the hospital doing the interviewing, I wanted to make sure that we didn't have an HMO environment, because I told the people who interviewed me that there's no way that I would work in a hospital environment where I could see people